topic is the definition of descriptive grammar. So let's start. If you heard a word descriptive grammar, how can you define this word? Okay. Descriptive grammar is a set of rules about language based on how it is actually used. Descriptive, from the word itself, it is to describe. So if you are going to describe either a person, thing, place, or just you are describing from what you saw, felt, heard, and smelled, you are going to use some commonly words, descriptive words. Those are adjectives. Intelligent, bright, lazy, adorable. The sun is bright. My classmate Anna is lazy. My younger brother Justin is adorable. That person is intelligent. Descriptive grammar helps to paint a picture in reader's mind. Descriptive grammar also improves non-native speakers' pronunciation and helps them sound like a native speaker. Also, the descriptive grammar can improve our communication skills. So don't forget the keyword about descriptive grammar, so you can easily remember what is the definition about it, or you have the background of defining it. It is to describe. So the next reporter about the scope is April Jane Ercilio.
A descriptive grammar of English will contain several sections in which different types of structures are examined. The first level of analysis is concerned with the system of speech sounds that are used by the speakers of English. In that part of linguistics that is called phonetics, the linguist makes an inventory of speech sounds that are employed by speakers of the language and describes them. In the branch of phonetics, there is called articulatory phonetics, where the phonetician examines how speech sounds are produced by the human speech organs and in which ways they differ from each other. In acoustic phonetics, the phonetician examines how speech sounds are conveyed from the speaker to the hearer by means of sound waves. In auditory phonetics, the phonetician examines how the speech sounds are received by the human ear and conveyed to the brain so as to be decoded. In phonemics or phonology, the linguist concentrates on those speech sounds that are phonemes and studies the phonemic system of the language. So a phoneme is a speech sound that is capable of distinguishing meaning. So for example, R and L. They are phonemes because there are minimal pairs like read versus lead, which are recognizable as different words with different meanings because of the phonemic difference between R and L. The next higher level is concerned with morphemes, which is morphemes is the meaningful combination of phonemes and shows how one or more morphemes can constitute a word. So this part of linguistics is called morphology. Morphology is a field of linguistics focused on the study of the forms and formation of words in a language. The third level deals with the ways in which words can be arranged to form a larger combinations of clauses, phrases, and sentences. This is the realms of syntax. What is syntax? Knowing the language includes the ability to construct phrases and sentences out of morphemes and words. The part of the grammar that represents a speaker's knowledge of these structures and their formation is called syntax. So in other words, syntax is the study of sentence pattern of language.
Hello everyone, my name is Jubel Delema and my assigned topic is all about dialect. So dialect is a version of language spoken in a particular geographical area or by a particular group of people. For example, in Northern America, they might say hello, and in Southern America, they might say howdy. But in Waray, they might say maupay na aga, while in Bisaya, they say maayong buntag. This could also be explained as a social or regional variety of language distinguished by grammar, pronunciation, or vocabulary. This is especially a way of speaking that differs from the standard variety of language. So to understand it clearly, there are types of dialects. First is regional dialect. Regional dialect is a variety of language that is spoken in geographical area for many hundred of years, as seen in differences in pronunciation, in the choices and form of the word and syntax. Like for example, some speaker pronounce greasy with an S sound, while other pronounce it with a Z sound like greasy. Another example, in American English, subway, while in British English, underground. And corn, which means maize in the United States, Canada, and Australia, while in England, it is wheat, and in Scotland, it is oats. The second type is social dialect. Social dialect is a subgroup variety of language that is associated with a social group of any sort is termed as sociolect. Technically, an ethnic dialect is one kind of sociolect. Other sociolects are based on age, groups, gender, and socio-economic class. Example of sociolect includes speech patterns of soldiers or soldiers' jargon, school children or school jargon, or nurses and doctors' jargon, like for example, defibrillator or the scalpel. Only the doctors and nurses knows about that words. Another example, in a social group, the expression "we are compadres" can be used in another one, but and indicate the same saying, "we are friends."
Good day everyone, I am Erica Gwen Montero and my assigned topic is all about register. In linguistics, the register is defined as the way a speaker uses language differently and in different circumstances. Registers are used in all forms of communication, including written, spoken, and signed, depending on grammar, syntax, and tone. The register may be extremely rigid or very intimate. You don't even need to use an actual word to communicate effectively. And to clearly understand the register, we have here 5 district register. So first is the frozen register. This is a style for declaration and for print the listener or reader is not allowed to question the speaker or writer. This style invites the reader to enter into a personal experience or creative discover. It uses the most complex grammatical sentence, structures, and vocabulary known only to experts into a particular field. Sometimes called the static register because it refers to historic language or communication that is included to remain unchanged like a constitution or prayer. Like for example, pledges, anthems, marriage, ceremonies, or laws. So second is formal. Formal is less rigid but still constrained. The formal register is used in professional, academic, or legal settings where communication is expected to be respectful, uninterrupted, and restrained. So slang is never used and constructions are rare in formal registers. So example, in writing speech, we don't need to use slang words. Instead, we use a simple words for them to understand what does the speech means.
Third, consultative register. People use this register often in conversation when they're speaking with someone who has specialized knowledge or who is offering advice. Tone is often respectful, but may be more casual if the relationship is long-standing or friendly. Slang is sometimes used. People may pause or interrupt one another. Like for example, in newscasting, or a doctor and a patient, employee to employer, or in a regular classroom discussions.
Fourth is the casual register. This is an informal language used by peers and friends. Slang, vulgarities, and colloquialism are normal. This is a group language. One must be a member to engage in this register. Examples are buddies, chat, email, blogs, and letters to friends. This is the register people use when they're with friends, close acquaintances, and co-workers and family. It's probably the one you think of when you consider how you talk with other people. Often in a group setting, use of slang, constructions, and vernacular grammar is all common, and people may also use expletives or color languages in some settings. Fifth is the intimate register. An intimate style, according to Martin Juice, is characterized by a complete absence of social inhibitions. This style is used by participants who share a very close relationship, such as between very close friends, sibling, husband and wife, parents and children, and boyfriend and girlfriend. In this style, the participants share a completely private vocabulary, making it difficult for others who are outside of the group to understand. Since the participants have an intimate relationship and they often know each other's intention, there is no need for a clear articulation of words. The following are some other features of an intimate speech style. First, conversations are usually done in private. Second, participants usually use short, incomplete utterances. Third, grammar and proper word choice are not given importance. Fourth, nonverbal messages are often used. Fifth, participants share inside jokes. Sixth, words that signal intimacy like terms of endearment. Examples are darling, honey, babe are used.